Hi all. So this is one of the frequently asked questions that I get, that how I practice my English every day. Is there something specific that I work upon? How do I stay in touch with the language? What are my everyday practices? And people also ask me that now that I'm fluent, do I still need to keep practicing? What do I read, listen, write, or speak? How I manage to keep myself updated? How I learn vocabulary and use them in my speech. All of this I am going to share in this video. So this is just my way of learning what I am doing currently. It might or might not work for your level of English or for your style of learning. There is nothing I want to imply, but I am just sharing what I am doing currently. So keep your mind curious and listen to the video. Let's jump right in. I will divide my activities into 5 main divisions. That is what I do for my listening, speaking, writing, reading, and there's another one activity. First and foremost, I would like to say the first thing that I do and something that is ingrained within me is thinking in English. This is the 5th division. There is nothing specific I should do to make my mind to think in English because I have been doing this for so many years that my thoughts are now in English itself. Maybe as a beginner, you will have to do specific practices to train your brain. If you're a beginner, you have to train your brain to think in English. But once you get used to it, you will not face any issues. Everything will happen on its own. First of all, let me tell you guys that I am an overthinker. By thinking in English, I mean to say, if I'm cooking or planning a video or planning to go outside, there need not be any specific event that will trigger my mind to think in English. It is something that happens to me throughout the day, subconsciously. My mind gets means a lot of thoughts every day. As soon as I wake up, the first thought is, am I late? I need to wake my kids up. I need to head to the kitchen. I need to start cooking. I need to chop vegetables, do some pre-preps. I need to plan for lunch. Is my kids' uniform ready? Etc. etc. All of these thoughts start gushing in my mind. If I'm going to bed, I have a lot of thoughts even that way. Like, what should I be cooking tomorrow? What should I pack for lunch? Whom am I going to talk tomorrow during my sessions? How should I handle the session? What further should I do to improve the performance of my channel? What should I wear? Whom I should be calling? Future plans? Everything. All of these thoughts keep running in my mind the minute I wake up to the minute I go to sleep. So that's about the thinking part. I urge all of you to do the same. Thinking in English is a must to gain fluency. I recently shared 3 best ways to start thinking in English, to train your mind to think in English. If you haven't watched the video, please check that video. Now let me come to the second part, that is listening. What I listen, how I listen, for how much duration, everything. When it comes to listening practice, I do not have any fixed time for it. Whenever I have free time throughout the day, I put on either conversations, podcasts, interviews, speeches, and I do some other activities simultaneously. Whenever I listen to English conversations, I do active listening. Like every word that they speak, I listen to it thoroughly, especially if they are celebrities. I do not write down any new word or try to deliberately learn words at this moment because that is not what my goal is. I listen not with the intention of learning English, to be honest, but I listen because I love listening to English content. I love listening to people, their intonation, body language, how confidently they express themselves. So I look out for these things. If a new word is used more than 2 times, then automatically that word grabs my attention and I listen to the entire sentence, how that word was used. So I try to keep it in my memory and I keep thinking to myself how I can use that word in my next conversation. I do not think of just the word, but the entire sentence, the paragraph, and the context in which I can get the opportunity to use that word. I also look out for phrases, idioms, slangs. Though I do not use them much in my conversation, I somehow want to be understandable to even beginner level learners. So, if I have to give you an average, I would say I listen to content maybe 1 hour every day, active listening. If you combine watching with it, it will add up at least 90 minutes extra. And I would also like to mention that I watch a lot of English movies for the language, for how they interact with each other. And I love foreign landscapes, their homes, their style, the way they carry themselves around. So I love watching English movies and TV shows. TV shows like Big Bang Theory, Friends. Yeah, they are funny and entertaining. If you have time, you can give it a try. They are in short episodes, so you need not binge watch. You can watch one episode at a time. So that's about my listening and watching part. I would give the same advice to you as well. Listen and watch as much English content as possible. Watch for their body language, listen for their English. Watch it as much as possible, and it need not be only teaching. You can even watch entertaining episodes. If I have to tell you how much time I dedicate to listening, it depends. If the movie is very entertaining and I do not have anything else to do, then I binge watch for like 2 to 3 hours. Otherwise, also I keep listening throughout the day. So you can consider at least 3 hours I listen every day. And this includes watching as well. But there are days when I do not watch English content. I watch something else like Hindi or South Indian content. So in that case, I would say 1.5 to 2 hours of listening I do. It is my strong advice, even you too, please listen for at least 1.5 to 2 hours every day. It will help you great deal in achieving your fluency and understanding the language better. And also it is very easy to incorporate in your life, right? Let's come to the next part, what I do for reading. Coming to the reading part, I was a voracious reader a few years ago. I used to read a lot of novels by Indian and mostly international authors. I wouldn't care if I didn't understand a particular word, because when you read that word in the sentence, you somehow understand its meaning. But as of now, I do a lot of online reading as compared to physical books. Online, I don't read books. I read a lot of articles on Google or Quora or news articles, question and answer, that kind of articles. I research a lot regarding diet, nutrition, exercise, and English. These are my areas of interest. When it comes to physical books, I read a page or two now and then. Whichever lines I feel very touchy or motivating, I just underline them so that it will be easier for me to revise them again and again so that I can remember them for longer. I personally feel that books have richer vocabulary and complex sentence structures as compared to listening. Of course, it also depends on the level of book and the author that you choose. Somehow, I feel reading has richer vocabulary because because it has gone through a lot of proofreading and editing as well. When you listen to somebody speaking, they are speaking spontaneously. So I do not do anything like stopping and writing down new words or creating my sentence. I don't do that for every word. Like already mentioned, when I do my listening practice, I just focus only on the words that I use multiple times, and I go through the context and I imagine myself using that word in my next conversation. So that is the same thing I do when I'm reading as well, listening and reading both. This is the way I learn my vocabulary. I underline the entire sentence and revise them whenever possible, just because I feel nice doing it. I would encourage you to do the same. You can underline the entire sentence or something which you find is appealing, and you have to read it multiple times for it to stay a little bit in your memory. Because sometimes you feel like, wow, this sentence is so good. Just underline and keep repeating it. So for reading, I would say maybe half an hour to 1 hour every day I may read. That's all. Now coming to writing part. I maintain a personal diary and just write down my feelings that I cannot express otherwise to anybody. But this is not something that I do every single day. It only happens now and then. But writing practice, like reading, was very much a part of my life. I used to write poetry, stories, articles, a lot of stuff when I was growing up. Nowadays, I write my script, I plan my sessions, and write down some notes. If I come across an interesting quote when I'm reading, I write that down as well, because I want to remember it and use it in appropriate situations or to motivate myself. So when it comes to my writing practice, there is not much that I do, unfortunately. but I do a lot of research for creating content and write down a few notes. That's all. So I wouldn't say I do my writing practice every day. No, I do it just sometimes, and I won't even call it as a practice. But to become fluent, maybe I enjoyed writing. Now let's come to the most important aspect of learning English, that is speaking. See, speaking English is something I've been doing for many years now. But if I talk about what I'm doing as of now, I do not have any kind of English environment. It's been more than 10 to 12 years. I don't have an environment around me. I speak my native language with my family and neighbors. But when it comes to my professional life, I have 1 or 2 sessions daily for creating content for my channel. I write script and shoot solo videos as well, which means I'm recording myself in front of the camera. Sometimes I take more than one take, so I would consider that also as a speaking practice for me. As a homemaker, I do not get the opportunity to talk to a lot of people, forget English. But in my case, I would like to say that I have spoken a lot of English in my life. And I just have 2 or 3 very good friends with whom I speak in English, only English. But now we are not that much in touch. So it's mostly me talking to myself or talking English to my YouTube channel. That's it. I hear a few English songs and sing along with it. If you want to consider that as one of the practices that I'm doing. I sometimes talk to my kids in English. I keep correcting their mistakes as and how they speak. No matter how many times they make the same mistake, I keep correcting them. Altogether, if I must say, I think I speak English for around 1.5 hours every day. See, altogether, I am immersed in English throughout the day. But I would like to say one thing. I love consuming English content as well. And after reaching this stage, it's not my number one priority to consume English for learning purpose. I'm sorry about this, but I consume English because I enjoy doing so. It has become my habit. Learning happens subconsciously, no longer deliberately. And subconsciously, I keep learning phrases, behaviors, idioms, beautiful words, and a lot more. It's not only about speaking, it's about the way we speak. So I would say, no matter what you're doing, just make English your priority. Keep talking to yourself like I do, and don't care if people think you are mad. Every successful person has gone through madness. That's the reason they are successful today. I don't know how much you get to take away from this video, but I thought of sharing what I am doing. Maybe because you might get some new ideas or learn how you can enjoy your journey of learning English. So that's it for today's video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more English learning content. I'll see you soon with another video. Take care and bye till then.